Hello, and welcome to a first look at Alina of the Arena, is how I'm going to be saying it. It might be like Alina, but I feel like Alina rhymes with arena, so that's how I'm going to say it. Yeah, so this game is on the store page, it is described as a cross between Slay the Spire and the one that isn't FTL, Into the Breach, I believe. It's basically a grid-based card game, kind of similar to Fights in Tight Spaces, but it seems more focused on cards and less focused on movement, if that makes sense. You'll get a feel for it. Basically, Fights in Tight Spaces is a game that has a whole lot of movement focus and moving around and dodging between attacks. This game seems to be more focused on the actual fighting element and making use of things that happen in the game arena. But you'll see. I am reviewing this game because someone recommended it to me. Shout out to a friend in the Discord. If you want to suggest games for me to do a first look of, please join the Discord. Feel free to ping me in the game suggestion channel. Say, hey, take a look at this. I'm trying to do more of these again. I'm feeling, it's like this is the 2-week period where I feel inspired to do stuff, I guess. So get your suggestions in now. So without any further ado, I took a look. The game is developed by, I'm going to guess, a Chinese studio based on the language options. This is something that I think is worth mentioning because sometimes games like this is in early access, first of all. There's a demo you can check out on their Steam page before you go for it. I believe the game is, if you buy it right now, here I'm going to pull it up. If you grab it right now on Steam, it is, I believe, $12. It is $10 right now, and it'll be $13 starting on the 26th. So, pick it up if it looks interesting to you. I took a look, and the studio has one other game that they made called Wanna Survive, which I had never heard of. So, nothing, this isn't by anyone that you've probably heard of, I would imagine, but maybe you will after this. I mean, you have now. I think their studio name is called Pixiv, something like that. Anyway, language options. You have 3 options. You have English, and then there is, I don't know the difference, but one of these is traditional Chinese and one of these is simplified Chinese. If I were to guess, I would say this is traditional and this is simplified, but I have no idea. So, you can tell me. Real quick, I'll go over what I've found so far. I played like 20 minutes. I played through the first level. It's a roguelike game. I should mention that as well somewhere. So I played through like the first fight and said, okay, I get it. I'm gonna play a recorded run now. First of all, we'll go over the options real quick. Pretty simple options menu. You got resolution. You don't get to do any custom resolutions. You just have the 3 options and you choose, I guess. Or no, I guess you can. I can type in my resolution. Oh, that's weird. Okay, never mind. You can type in your resolution. I can make this thing 1900 by 700. I mean, that's for wow. I have never seen a game let you type in your resolution. That is crazy to me. I It's also really funny, I think. But anyway, so you can switch off a full screen and set your resolution to whatever. One thing that I should mention that I have noticed as well is if you click off of the game in full screen, it does minimize, but you can probably just set it to... Oh, it does not have a borderless windowed mode. I just looked. Okay. Anyway. Audio sliders, music and sound effects, and then sensitivity of the mouse wheel, which I don't really know what this does outside of the rate at which I scroll through this menu. I guess I'm gonna crank this up. I'm not sure what this is going to do. Probably for scrolling through the deck, basically. Then you can enable hotkeys, which I will do, or enable the display of hotkeys and hold the end turn. You can also have it show you tutorials, and you can reset your progress. Also close the game. It's important because it's the same options menu that you see in-game. I have checked that. Without any further ado, let's go. I'm going to be playing on Pro because, as you know, I am a professional gamer. And you start out as the same first level, so the way that it is structured is you take 5 fights and then you play a boss. path like this, so you can look ahead at what you have. It's always going to be a starting fight. As far as I can tell, it's always like it was just one pick fight. Then you choose your path from there. Probably play through like half of this act. I don't know. The fights are a little. Oh whoa! You can go straight for the champion and restore 3 HP for each remaining encounter. Oh, so if you, that's kind of cool. Well, let's go to a fight. I'm not ready for that, as you can probably guess. So here's your UI. I like the pixel art quite a bit. I think it's kind of cool. A few things to notice. The arena is grid-based. This music feels a little loud. I'm gonna turn it down just a touch more. I think the music in this game is pretty bumpin' though so far, but it's a little loud. I notice a lot of times that I don't turn music down enough these days, so. Yeah, so display hotkeys shows you everything's hotkey, which is nice. UI is there's a lot to look at, I would say. So let's start up here, health. You can also see your health under your character. We're the one in the middle and we're fighting this enemy. You can hover over the enemy and see what they're going to do. So for example, this slave fighter is going to do 6 damage if I'm within 1 tile of it. What else do I have? Enemy order? You can hover over and see the order. I've only fought a single enemy, but this is like, this is just like it is in Into the Breach. So does this hit? I imagine that this will hit anyone in the range, but I'm not sure of that yet. Top right, you can look at your deck, including cards added in this fight. So the interesting mechanic, first of all, 3 energy per turn, 5 cards. Nothing fancy here. You discard your cards at the end of your turn, and you don't hold over energy. So the first unique thing that I have found about this game is the way that you move around. So every combat or every turn you start with this initiative card, costs 1 energy to use. It doesn't go against your 5 card draw. You get to move 1 tile. However, if you don't play it as your first card you play, it will get removed from your deck permanently. So eliminate is what they're using for exhaust here, or consume. So basically, you get to move if you want to, but if you choose not to move first, like if you try to play a block first, you will not be able to move. Last thing here are these equipment slots. These are... it's interesting how they work. So I don't know. In the tutorial or in the first run that I played, I got a crossbow, which I got to choose which hand I equipped it in, and you'll see the equipment slots are color coordinated with your cards. So like these cards are in the red hand and these cards are in the blue hand. Or no, this card's in the blue hand and these ones have no hand. Okay. I'm just gonna start going here and you'll see. So it's like basically cards will interact based on, or equipment will interact based on which hand you have it equipped in. I'm gonna pick up this rock. Right, so I moved onto the rock, I picked it up, and now I can equip the rock from the like held pile. And then I can use it and just throw it at that guy for free. Neat. Other than that, it's pretty standard stuff. Guard blocks 4, strike deals 4 to an adjacent enemy, and then you have some other cards here. Slam charges 2 tiles, and if you connect with an enemy... Actually, can I just run into the wall? I can just run into the wall. So I could charge this guy and then push him back. I will take damage for it, though. What if I just run around the arena and throw rocks? Oh, no. This isn't a line. Okay, so it appears to me that it's basically it's circular, but it's like the lines are... Yeah, okay, so the lines are like, you can't go straight up. It's 1, 2, it's like a hexagonal grid, basically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, it's like a hexagonal grid. Okay. Also, wind up gives us 1 kinetic, so our next attack will deal double damage. I wonder if this carries over. Nice sound effect. And then we end our turn. Ooh, my rock will do 2. So it does kind of seem to me like there is nothing stopping me from just running around the arena and flinging rocks. Someone threw a crossbow at us. Cool. So if I walk into this, I will pick it up. For now, I'm going to continue combo. I don't know what the combo does yet, but I'm just going to sit here and combo throw rocks at this lady. I see. So you have to click and hold to end your turn. As far as I have found, I have drawn 4 strikes. 5 strikes, actually. far as I've found, I will not take an attack of opportunity here. Okay. So the way that this crossbow works is you increase your damage by 1 in that hand. So when I equip this in the left hand or the red hand, I'm now going to do 1 more damage whenever I play one of these attacks. However, after it is used 1 time, you have to... I don't... This is where this game not being native English gets a little confusing. Ratropolis was a big offender in this. It says, requires 1 damage dealing combat of matching color to reload after each use. So what I believe this means is, and from what I understand, I did play this and I did this, I think you have to spend the energy of a strike of a combat card on this to reload it, is how it works, after you use it once. Today I have decided to guard. I'm gonna move towards that rock. So there's not infinite rocks, so I cannot just run around the arena and kill this enemy by throwing a bunch of rocks at it. Yet. But now the double up effect is in play here. This will do 10 instead of 5. Right, so now this won't do 5, this will do 4, I believe. Or maybe I just have to reload it. You also, you can unequip equipment, so I could take this crossbow off if I wanted to, but I can't do it after it gets used. Can I apply the strike on this enemy? Ah, okay. So that's the big downside. You just can't use... I'd have to spend this on the crossbow to use any red-based attacks now. Which does lead me to wonder if the crossbow just sucks, but I don't know. Now people throw money at us. I'm guessing this is in some way related to our combo and how people liked us or something like that. But who knows? Let's see what we get. Throw dirt, interrupt multiple enemies. I'm gonna assume this basically cancels their attack. This seems kind of nuts. Deal 6 damage, discard a card, and move a tile away. So dodge attack basically and deal 6. Or if this card is in your hand at the end of your turn, it'll be exhausted. Deal 18. This card seems crazy because we have a card that doubles our damage. I feel like 2 energy, deal 36, if we set up for it, is probably pretty nuts. So I'll click again to view upgrade. Ah, so there's upgrading as well. And this is a new territory for me. I have not done anything beyond this point before. So we can go to a random event. We can go meditate, create, forget, or switch. Or we can enter a fight. Let's go meditate. So we can choose to add a new card, remove a card, or switch the color of a card. Ah, okay. That's interesting. I really like this equipment mechanic. I think it's pretty fun. Oh, can I also not do this? Oh, I can change what I do. So I don't have to meditate. Let's go check the event then. You get the uneasy feeling that you're being watched. As you notice a tattered old gladiator in the corner, he admires your fighting spirit and offers to teach you some skills. Upgrade a random card, receive muscle pain. 5 energy, at the end of your turn, permanently reduce cost by 1. Ah, and so we'll draw this and it'll go down in cost until we can eventually play it and remove it from the deck permanently. Or trade 8 HP for 120 gold. I'll take a random card upgrade. Slam plus. That card went to 0 cost. Okay. Oh, so I get to do... Oh, that is not a choose. You get to do as many of these as you want. So I could beeline straight for the boss. So the more of these that I do, the better off I'm... Like, the more I have in terms of power, I guess. But I can also go to the boss early and heal HP. Okay. Well, let's do... I kind of want to take a look at Create and see what it is. Just look at a new card. Deal 14 damage, reduce the cost by 1 each time you lose HP this fight. Did the game get, like, brighter when I hover this? Does that happen on the other ones? And that's just this one. Alright. Place a flaming trap within 2 tiles. Deals 4 damage when stepped on, then applies 3 burn and 1 immobilized. 1 drag damage at the end of each turn, so that's basically poison. Also can't move this turn. This card seems like a lot of fun. Deal 5 damage and ignore block. I'm down to try out. Let's become a trapper. Hell yeah. Alright, let's take a fight. I'll take the first fight. And now we have multiple enemies to deal with. So this is going to be a great insight into if these guys are going to beat the shit out of each other. When attacked, deal 2 damage back. Disgusting. Hate to see it. So I can kill this main enemy, right? This like the main fighter here. Can just slam over here because it got upgraded, and then do wind up full on attack and it dies. So I will not get to see if these guys are gonna hit each other. But oh, Spire. Increase damage by 1. Attack 2 tiles. Adds 1 fatigue to your hand when a combat of matching color is played. Okay. So when it says combat as a keyword, it means like attack cards basically. Or not necessarily attack cards, because this is not an attack card. So it's like fight-based, I guess it's combat-based cards, you know? I mean, it makes a lot of sense. Let's grab this. And so I could replace my crossbow, or I could put this in the blue equipment slot. I am not sure. So I'm guessing you have, like, these are just gonna build up on you, these fatigues. But increase damage by 1, attack 2 tiles. So how do I use this? I guess I probably have to have an attack of blue, but it's flaming tiles within the attack range. I'm assuming fire starter is only going to be. I'm assuming I'm not about to light myself on fire here. I'm correct. Okay. And now this guy's stuck. I'm just gonna kind of walk away and let him burn to death. I really want to know how the spear works. Oh, also the spear. Oh, it's two-handed. That's what happened. That makes a lot more sense. That's one. So. Oh, and now my strikes have 2 range. Wow, that's crazy. I get it. I get it. That's really cool. And suddenly I was thinking this equipment, this fatigue seems like not worth the cost, but having 2 range on my attacks is kind of nuts. You basically have to pay. Why aren't they fighting? What do you mean, why aren't they fighting? I put that guy in a trap and he burned to death. You say, why aren't they fighting? Unbelievable. I'm guessing that the people aren't very interested in me just dipping around. Yeah, so now I'm gonna leave this fatigue in my deck until I can get rid of it. I get it. Honestly, don't really care how the people who are watching this fight feel all that much. Can maybe keep them happy by taking a step over here and like... And maybe they'll like that. They call me the Trapper. Imagine paying to watch a fight and it's just someone running away from an enemy while constantly laying traps that the enemy steps into. So like ending the turn, ending the fight here with this strike is gonna leave me with another curse, right? I should just end, yeah. I imagine they're not gonna like that one that much because there wasn't a cool combo. Yeah, you see I got less money for that. But I didn't take any damage, so. They can Ligma. Gain 30 block, 1 time. That's interesting. I don't know if I mentioned it, I'm sure you picked up on it, but block doesn't carry over. Oh, and the crossbow's in our inventory. Okay. Charge 1 tile, stop and knock back first enemy for 2 damage. If damage is dealt, gain 1 barricade and deal additional damage for each block. So this is 3 energy, charge a tile, knock an enemy back. I believe when you knock someone back with a card like this, you enter their space, so you don't get to use this to push an enemy back and not get hit by them. Free hit also means that if I attack an enemy, shield charge costs 0. I don't love this card. I'm down to take Fortify. Good to 45. Like, this is just 1 energy. It's Barricade, and Barricade's nuts. So, will Barricade be nuts here? It's hard to say. Well, also you have to do 5 fights to be able to go to the fight, to fight the champion. It's not like a challenge now. I get it. I understand more. So we can heal up or we can train. I'm good to train here. Flaming trap within 2 tiles. This goes to be free, which is good. Goes to 26, which means it would do 52. I feel like I want to do free wind up more than more damage right now. Enemy health bars are pretty low, but I imagine that's going to change as we go on. An elite fight. Let's prep a little more before we go to the elite. A greasy-looking healer with the most disingenuous grin you've ever seen approaches you to offer his services. I do not need to heal, so I will be ignoring this man. Thank you. Goodbye. And we'll take a fight. 2 enemies. So we got unremarkable fighter. With a head like that, you're gonna call this dude unremarkable? I guess it's fair. This dude's a hobgoblin. Enemy plans to gain 16 block, attack to interrupt. Enemy plans to deal 7 damage. Now, first of all, I want to check and make sure. Oh, okay. So it appears to me that the fatigues from... Okay, the fatigues from the spear do not stay in your deck after you... at the end of combat, which is important to know. It's always a toss-up in games like this to know if this is going to stay permanently or not. And the only way that I ever learn is by seeing, basically. I am okay with making an extremely passive play here and popping the muscle pain and then just taking off. Make them walk into us. Ooh, unlike your block, enemy block is not removed each turn. However, reducing it to 0 will break their guard and stun them. Oh, that's an interesting way to handle it. So I have to deal 16 damage to this enemy, and then I will stun him. We're always going to cast Wind Up when we have it. And I guess just end turn, because I drew all guards. I'm getting bored? Shut up, bitch. You're getting bored? Watch this. I think I go for this guy. Yeah, I think I just slam him. Okay, so I can... This isn't like the crossbow. The crossbow I had to spend a card each turn to use. Yeah, crossbow seems really bad. I guess it's meant to be bad because it's a starter, right? Like, they sent this to me out the gate. You kind of busted if they sent you something broken right away, right? The sword is just 2 damage, but I really feel like this spear is kind of nuts. The fatigue sucks, but like... Spear's kind of nuts. How much damage do I have here? I have 10. I have 15. So I'm probably gonna take 2. Oh no, I don't ever have to take 2 here. I can step back and then just hit from afar. Like this is busted, I'm sure of it. The fatigue is gonna wear me down for sure. Like my deck is getting full of fatigue, but in this fight, which is pretty short, I will not see those fatigues again. Guy's taken off. He said, alright, I'm gonna head out. Right now I'm cornered, sadly. Give me for 5. So I haven't been paying attention to if burn. So if they hit the flaming trap, oh, it just does 4 damage. Can I put it under him? Oh, you can't put it under him though. Ah. Important to notice. I cannot. It would be kind of busted if you could. The card's already pretty strong. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna block up and kill you. Does the spear pierce? Like if there was an enemy behind it, looks like the spear would hit through. Dude said, haha, watch out. My man is watching a gladiatorial combat and went, haha, watch out. Shut the fuck up, dude. You can't say that to me. Not bad, here's your reward. Crippling blowgun. Apply 2 vulnerable, pierce, eliminate. So what, I get to use this as a single use? Okay, interesting. I'll grab that. Oh, why wouldn't I? I should play the fatigue out. Game does have click and drag on cards, a very good thing to see. And my blowgun. This is just like I bet I can put this in my inventory. Yeah, and then I imagine, it looks like you can only hold one item in your inventory. So I have the spear equipped, I have the blowgun in my inventory, and then I think the crossbow will get thrown away, is how I assume it is going to act. I can see these fatigues becoming a bit of a problem, by the way, because this fight didn't end, and I'm going to start drawing nothing but fatigue. Well, I don't want to disappoint the people watching this fight, but at the same time, I'm feeling a little tired here. I guess I was going to play a fatigue, but let's go for the combo play. And I did drop the crossbow. Okay. This space here is the space that you're standing on, it looks like. This is like what's underneath you. Too bad I can't pick up their corpse and throw it. That'd be pretty cool. He's dead. Spear does seem a little busted to me, first impression, but we got more money because we played that one better. Draw a card, reload equipment. Ah, so you can play around reload with cards like this. Deal 5 damage, pierce. This card seems underwhelming. And another flaming trap. I'm okay without any of these. Ah, and they show you the loot at the end of the fight. Okay, that's kind of cool. So I can, if I don't pick these up, I just get the money. Increases all damage by 2. So I could have like a sword and a crossbow equipped. The sword seems cool because it's damage up without any downside, right? I'm gonna pass though. I think that this +1 range is busted, but thinking longer fights like boss fights, this +1 range is gonna be a bit of a nightmare, or perhaps in an elite fight. Only has intercept. Enemy plans to catch you. Ah, this guy's like a trapper. I see. So we're gonna have to deal with the dog. He's got these traps down, which will lock me in place and make me vulnerable. I can also place a trap. I assume these enemies are not that smart. So I'm going to plant a trap here and then dip. I assume he's just going to walk right into the trap and then I can 1v1 the Hellhound plus. 1v1 the dog. Lined up. And I will probably aim to use the blowgun here. Yeah, he is, in fact, very stupid. I did draw my full-on attack, which is what I was hoping for, because now I can stun the dog. Too bad if this guy was one space closer. I need to see if I can make these enemies hit each other. But, you know, that was insane, he said. I didn't even break his freaking armor, and this guy's saying that was insane. Ooh, a shield. Increases block by 2. Oh, now you're talking. Now you're talking. My man is just trapped over here. My man's absolutely stuck. Blow piping? Yeah, so that is a consumable item. Now this dog has 2 vulnerable on him. Means that he takes 50% more? Oh, nice, it does do the math for me. Great news. I know what you're thinking, the math isn't that hard. Shield potion. Oh, a single use 8 block? That's pretty cool. I know you're probably thinking the math isn't that hard, and you're right. But you never know in games like this if they're gonna round up or down. What are you doing? Oh, he can't do anything because the dog's in the way. I feel like my end goal here is to pick up this shield potion, but I should just kill the dog right now, and I get the spear push through damage. Sharpened dagger. Increase damage by 1 whenever you do unblock damage. Apply 1 bleed. Increase applied bleed to 3. I love this equipment mechanic. It seems so cool. Like there's just all of these different builds based on the items you pick up. I'm a big fan of how this works. I'm gonna have to spend some time trying to dodge the million traps this dude put down. Or I just kill him on this turn, I guess. And as we saw, I will pick things up at the end of the combat, so I can step over here. I left the shield potion behind, whoops. He's dead though. So I will be keeping the shield potion. Wow, look at all this money they're giving me. Beat Hellhound Plus and Arbalist, unlock a new card. Oh, crippling trap. It does seem really good. The traps seem nuts because enemies are not smart, and it's good because I like in a game like this, if you make the enemies smart enough to dodge traps, traps as a mechanic suck. Like there is no, you have to push enemies into them, but this is not a game with a whole lot of push options. So I think that it works because you can plan where the enemy's going to move. I think it is fine. Move forward and deal 8 damage, multiply total damage by 1.5. Adds 1 fatigue. Okay, I don't know exactly what that does. Retain, move 1 tile, reduce cost by 1 each time this card is retained. This fight cost resets when played. Oh, so this is like you get to hold it and then use it as a single use move. That's cool. 4 damage per combo. Like a Shiv card, basically. Gain 3 energized. Status cards cost 0 for 1 turn. That's kind of cool. And shield charge we've seen. I don't love any of these. I feel like I should click some cards though. Typically I don't. I either pick too many or not enough cards when I start a new card game. I'm down to try out jump attack and see what multiply total damage by 1.5 does. Might be a damage modifier on the fight. I'm keeping the spear and I'll keep consumables in my inventory. Got a lot of money for that. I'm glad I did that first, so now we can go hit a shop. I want to buy cards or equipment. I can upgrade equipment. I'm down to look at upgrading my spear. I am 1 gold short of upgrading my spear. Increase power move. So what's its power move? Is probably the... I don't know. Oh, you can also reroll the shops. So you got gain 2 strength, interrupt enemies with a frontal arc, or the blowgun. Blowgun seems good. I'm gonna keep the shield potion for now though. Or sell the shield potion so I can see what the upgrades are. Yeah, I will do that. So increase power moves. Okay, so this is like, power moves are like actives, I bet. And then this is gonna make it deal 2 extra damage instead of 1. That makes sense. Power... Ooh, nice sound effect. And then maybe I can do this multiple times and we get some very strong equipment, perhaps? I don't know how long this game is. I assume there's more after we fight this champion, but it's hard to say. Again, I need to remind you this is early access, so like this came out a few days ago, so it is not a complete game by any means. Try Archer. This fight's gonna suck. Thankfully these enemies they don't do a lot of damage. The spiky is only 2. This enemy, I can hit him, I can play 1 guard and hit him once. I can play 2 guards and hit him twice. Probably play 1 guard, hit him once, play initiative, or play slam, I guess. Doesn't make a big difference. Slam positions me a little more favorably though. I play 1 guard. Oh, I'm gonna hit both of them, so I play both guards. Forgot. I'm gonna take fatigue, but now I'm doing bonus damage as well. And the archer is able to shoot in a line. It does seem like it's going to be smart to just get out of the way of most of the attacks that happen. That does feel like your best option a majority of the time is just move. So, from what I have seen so far and how the game operates, I'm pretty sure that these enemies are not going to just randomly hit each other. However, if there were an enemy in this line of 3 tiles, it would get hit by the bow and arrow. That is my current assessment of how the game operates. I'm gonna block up and lay a trap. Probably here makes the most sense. I may as well line it. The big stopper on this one though is going to be not dealing damage to myself by hitting the enemies. And Fortify though can kill 1. So jump attack is normally it does 8, but it's getting doubled to 16, and then that's getting increased even more to 30. And it does move you. Can't actually go step on my own trap. That's pretty funny. I'm gonna go ahead. What do you mean, ugh, this guy again? Are you not entertained? Watch this shit. Check out this combo. This dude said, ugh, this guy again. Oh no, this dude with the spear who's never taken any damage and is undefeated. Oh, I'd hate to watch this guy kill enemies. Go to a different arena, loser. Sorry, I got a little carried away. Where was I? 2-4. I actually took damage here. I should have stepped back a move, but I did not count. Aha! Watch out! Now there is, if I could, I would turn off. Oh, you have to, I see. So the jump attack goes, you have to move forward one tile and then land and do the big slam. I get you, I get you. I'm pretty sure if I don't know how this works. Let's just jump attack. I can get out of the way, so I may as well get out of the way, right? 4 damage when stepped on, then applies 2 sap. Reduce attack damage by 1. Interesting. I did add 2 fatigues to my deck, but... Okay, so again, I can't tell because I'm never close enough to see if it will... Like, do I take damage if I end my turn next to an enemy that's burning? I should do this soon so I can figure out how it works. Do you think that trap is... That trap doesn't look set, right? I don't think that trap is set. I don't need to take the damage. I'm gonna lose money for this, I think. I would like it if they would, somewhere along the line, set in no uncertain terms how combo affects how much money you get. Like, is it max combo in a fight, or is it having combo every turn? Things like that. I did say I wasn't going to take too long in this, but I'm having a very good time playing this, so I'll just go through the rest of the act. Gain 6 block multiplied by number of surrounding units. Apply 99 death mark. Kill to gain 1 energy, lasts 1 turn. Okay, so you get to choose a target and lower their attack damage by 2 and set yourself to kill them within 99 turns to get 1 energy back. Deal 2 damage plus 1 additional damage for each jab in your deck. If damage is dealt, add a copy to your discard pile. Oh my god, it's Claw. This card's kinda sick. Like, this card's really cool. It doesn't make sense with what I'm doing here. I think I like Deadly Touch the most, but this card is sick. That seems extremely good. I'll keep the trap and I'll throw out the crossbow. We got 37 gold for that. I can go fight the champion. I will probably take... I'll probably take one more fight, go meditate, rest, and then fight the champion here. I'll meditate first. Select a card to switch its color. Select a new card. I'd rather do a forget, I think, on... It doesn't matter what color my cards are here, so I'm gonna do a forget on just like a red strike. The color system is really cool. I would not... Like, I did not... would not have thought of that. It's a neat idea for how to handle this. Like the card mechanic. This is a lot of enemies. I'm 1 damage off lethal here as well. Like I cannot quite kill this enemy. I do 21. So I should move to try and not get completely swarmed on the next turn. And then I should... Yeah, the spear doesn't matter. I should just strike twice, I guess. Being able to just keep my distance is... Dagger. Increase damage by 1. Redeal unblock damage, apply 1 bleed. So you could have 2 daggers equipped and just start bleeding people down. Which seems cool. Seems like a neat strat. This is a lot of enemies. I'm probably best off. I don't have great block options, right? I have 1 good block card. I'm gonna lower your attack by 2 and then slam you back, I think, like this. So here's the thought process, and this is where like this is the sort of combat where you really have to start strategizing. I feel like I had a similar experience when I played Into the Breach, where I started out the game and I went, damn, this is gonna be really easy, right? And then you get into a fight like this and you go, oh, holy shit. So we start thinking 2 turns ahead or 3 turns ahead even, right? I push this enemy back to this tile, and then I guard. I place a flaming trap behind me to stop this enemy from walking up to me. Or rather, it will walk up to me, but then it'll be stuck here when I move down. Because I assume these enemies are going to fill in tiles. They get to move 1, so I assume they're going to move to try to be adjacent to me on this square. If I have an enemy in this tile, which I am mousing over, they can't move into that tile, which means they can only ever push 2 enemies to me on these 2 squares here, which I can then use my guaranteed movement to move down 1 tile next turn. I block the damage on this turn. This enemy is caught in the trap that is on the tile that I'm currently on. I'm standing here. Enemies can move to here to attack me, and then there will be one on this tile, presumably, which I will kill next turn. All of that makes sense? No? Good. Just watch, and you will see. So step 1, push you back. And then I want to wind up first. I don't know if it works on the flaming trap. I think it doesn't. Yeah. And then I guard this 4 damage. Block all the damage. They did not quite move. I am extremely surprised that this enemy moved down. I did not expect it. However, like, that's really smart. The game, like, that's, in my opinion, that's a great sign that the game has, like, it's not going to be as easy as you would expect, because this means that my plan, which was to move to the tile that this target just occupied and escape all of these enemies while killing this enemy off, has been stopped. However, I drew other cards which make the play a lot easier. I just killed 2 here. Much simpler. However, like, that is very cool to me that this enemy moved down and blocked me off like that. Everything else in my plan did work out, though. Just drew a block 30, which works as well. It's kind of what I was talking about, though, where this is similar to Into the Breach, but similar to Fights in Tight Spaces, but it seems to be more focused on the cards you play instead. Fights in Tight Spaces has cards in it, of course, but they weren't as important, I don't feel like. Like, you didn't really build your deck and go, oh yeah, so this is my overall game plan. I feel like in Fights in Tight Spaces you did more of, I want to keep the rock, and then I want to play it on a turn where I can get more combo for it. Although, not looking too great here. Eventually, like, with the way that I've been playing these fights out, I just kill an enemy and then move back, and eventually I'm going to run out of space, right? That's where we're heading. I mean, I'm out of space now. If I kill the... no, I move first. I have the spear. Basically, my game plan has been primarily to just kite these enemies and then kill one. Let's find out how burn works here. I've been putting it off. This enemy has 2 burn. Does it die? Or does it hit? It does die first. That makes plenty of sense as how you would expect it to work. How I would expect it to work anyway. I don't know how you expect it to work. 12-6-6 is enough. Even if it wasn't, it's not like I can move out of the way of this hit. Great fight. I took no damage. And it felt like I got to... It felt like I got to really do a lot of planning and thinking there, and then have it all go to shit and figure it out. Deal 6 damage, expend all block, and deal 1 additional damage each. If I... This card, comboed with gain 30 block, does seem pretty... Comboed with double, that could do like 72 damage. Gain 3 block, increase gain block by 1 each time the card is retained this fight. That's really good. Oh wow, play all fatigue in your hand, gain 1 strength each. Yeah, let me play that. It's the upgrade, it goes to 1 cost as well. Yeah, let me play that. Gain 1 energy, eliminate. Sword, dagger. I'll take the gain 1 energy. My deck's kind of expensive. Alright, So let's pop over to the shop. Actually, I said I wasn't gonna do anymore. I'm just gonna wrap up here. Basically, I'm gonna look at cards. I can't afford any of these, so let's go remove cards, and we'll just remove another strike, I believe. Makes sense. And we will leave. I do not have anything else to do. We'll rest, and then we'll go fight the champion and see what it is. We'll train, I guess. I'll upgrade this power through. Does this exhaust? This doesn't exhaust. Wow, that's crazy with the spear. That seems like a very good combo. Now let's see the champ. Who's it gonna be? I'm sick of this job. It's Giga Blade. What a name. So he's hitting in a cone in front of him. And I bet he does something behind him because the tiles are highlighted. I'm gonna use this potion on this turn because I feel like if all this guy does is this, I'm gonna crush this enemy. It's not gonna be fun for him, but so I can just outrange him permanently. I'm gonna hit the vitality potion and power through. +2 strength. I assume it's a permanent +2. Yeah, it is. Okay. Place a trap between me and him. Wind on up and pop. Does not destroy traps. Got it. I wonder if I can immobilize this guy when he walks up. Oh, he jumps. Oh, yeah, he jumps. Oh, he jumps and then he does big cleaves. Okay. Is that him? Yeah, he's right. I did think I was tough, and I should, in fact, think again. My foe, he has proven me to be the fool. I will just end my turn outside of his range. Holy moly, wait, he's a monster. So you gotta get behind him. You get in and you have to stay like on his edge. But like if he just aims right on you, don't you get obliterated? I don't know, man. Let's get in there. There's only one best time to do is right now. Oh, you have to break his block. I see. And then you stun his attacks. Gotcha. What's in my draw pile? Yeah. I think my best play here is going to actually just be to block, strike, and then wind up. Like so. I'll scale by burning these fatigues as well. Oh, he even has pushback. Ooh, he gets fatigued. Okay, so he has to take turns off because he does too much. He does big hit, he has to take a turn off. And now I wonder if he'll take 2 turns off because I then stunned him afterwards. Assuming this boss does the same thing on his next turn, I think I need to be on top of him. I can actually push him back with Slam. I didn't think he would be movable. Gain 3 hardy. Increase blocking from cards in your hand by 1. Oh, for 3? Wow. So I'm assuming what he's going to do here is he's going to jump again. I think he's going to land somewhere near me when he jumps on his turn. And so I'm going to plant a trap and hope that I bait him into it, basically. Like, what I want to do here is I want to step into this tile, pick up the potion, put it in my inventory. And then I want to hit him from back here, and I'm going to operate on the assumption that he's going to land... Oh, fuck, wait a minute. I'm about to get pushed into my own trap. Okay, so in my mind, he might land on the trap, but he also might land on the right of me and just push me right into my own trap, which would be hilarious. Alright, he landed there. These traps seem a little frightening, actually. To be honest with you, I'm a little concerned about the traps that I have been placing. A little bit scary, but hey, you know what? We will do our best. I'm gonna step out of range. I assume that if you try to push someone into a wall, by the way, they're gonna take damage, but it is hard to say. Take my free +1 strength here. Ah, he's walked into my trap. Finally. Also drew full-on attack, so I get to play the game this turn. Great news, everyone. It's gotta be strike, wind up, full-on attack. I don't think it really matters the order, but Yeah, it doesn't matter the order. Steel shield? Yo, that, like, I have to, I'm very hopeful that there's more to do after this, because this is pretty cool. I'm hopeful that there's more combats to play out. Because, like, you're getting into some interesting items here. My strength makes this frog do a lot of damage. Get his ass. Kill. So he's gonna jump. Where would I assume he's going to jump if I'm standing here? It's gotta be adjacent to me. I think the safest place to put this trap is directly behind me, because there's no way he jumps and lands in the same place, right? Oh, he just didn't knock me back at all. Interesting. I feel like my game plan continues to be dance outside of his range until I can send him with all-out attack, or whatever it's called. It might be called all-out attack. What's it called? I don't know, but I am getting clobbered here for 23. He does finally land a hit. I had a feeling when I moved there that I was... The traps have kind of hemmed me in. I have become my own greatest foe. 18 and I get a strength. I think I'm best off just to guard up. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna be a big hit, but hey, you know what? It's fine. It can't be perfect, right? I do prefer that I find myself in a position like that where I get hit, because I don't know, feels weird to just beat the game without having any like beat this fight without taking any damage, basically. This is the choice, by the way. I want to set him to 1 block. I'm assuming... Oh, the sap is permanent, by the way. I didn't notice that. I'm assuming... Yeah, he's going to attack me again. So I think that, based on how this has been working so far, he's going to... I think he gets another turn, basically, if I... Or he doesn't get stunned, is how I should put it. If I don't stagger my block breaking. I'm getting pretty tired out of this fight, huh? I'm gonna draw a full hand of fatigues pretty soon and just absolutely eat shit. But until then, we're going big. It feels cool. My deck is full of fatigue. I'm like running out of options here. It's gotta be... So here's the situation. I'm about to dodge this attack. I have to corner myself, right? He's gonna step forward and he's gonna have a guaranteed swing on me. His arc is all of these tiles on the next turn, no matter where I go. But he also pushes me back, so I'm gonna be cornered anyway. So I may as well step back. I'm going to step to... Oh, this is important to notice. I should step to here? God, who put this trap in my way? If this trap wasn't here, I think I would have... Oh no, his arc would still hit me. I think I step here, and then maybe he walks where this rock is what I'm gonna hope for. We're gonna strike for the fatigue. Let's go ahead and give ourselves more strength. Power through, doing great work in this longer fight. Yeah, so he moved in a way that I was hopeful he would, so that I could sneak out of this. I'm gonna miss a lot of damage, but it's interesting because eventually I'm going to get hit. But I can continue to just kind of play run around and stall until I draw a big hit and try to just break right through his block. I didn't realize that Slam was an exhaust card, by the way. Didn't realize that until just now. He's gonna corner me here, but I might draw my jump attack to get him. Up, up. Oh, that's right, he gets fatigue. Forgot that's how it works. Now, sadly, I have nothing to capitalize on this with. I drew all blocks and fatigue, and, you know, this freaking flaming trap, which is doing a lot of work for someone, cutting my own path off. It's so tragic. It is so tragic. Okay, I'm gonna move over here. Maybe he moves up or something. I think that I can play like this, and then I can kind of just dance between these two tiles, maybe. Oh. Man's a genius. Wait, I can't jump attack him. Wait, he's actually too smart. He cut off my jump attack. Boy, he cut me off. Okay, I mean, I can use jump attack to get out of his attack at least, but like that's sad. The people of the arena are getting bored. Oh, they're throwing shit at me because they're bored because I haven't hit them lately. Well, I'm dying out here, dude. Alright, fine, I'll hit him. I have nothing better to do here. Oh wow, because I had two attacks, of course. I had 2 double attacks. It looks like you get 3 turns and they start booing and hissing. But like, dude, I'm so tired. What do you want from me? I should have moved here. Should have put myself on this tile so I can have a better chance of getting out. I'm really impressed with the AI, though. Like, this guy's been doing some smart movements. Where is my... Oh, I didn't play this on a turn and it self-exhausted. That's why I haven't had full-on attack in a while. That's a bit of a mistake by your boy. I can go for the lethal here now. For sure. Forgot that card exhausted itself. We've been at this for a while. This is a fun fight, though. It feels like I really have to plan and try to anticipate what this guy's gonna do. It also, like, the spear, the drawbacks are definitely feelable. Oh, he can just jump in place. How about that? He's at 3 HP, but I don't think I have the kill here. What if I pick up this rock? It does do 8. So, jump attack does 25. The strike does 13, which is 38. And then the rock does 8, which is 46. Throw straight forward, deal 1 damage. Okay. I'm gonna go... If I all in here, the problem is, if I all in here... I guess I have rock lethal? Because, like, the rest of my deck is fatigues and power through and 1 strike. I go all in here. We jump this guy, go for the throat. Him for the 13, him with the rock. I'm gonna take another 27. But, check me out though, it's the rock lethal. Pick up the rock, we power through. This is some David and Goliath shit. Are you kidding me? I'm 1 hit away from death. I power through all of the fatigue to throw a rock to kill this guy. Come on, that's crazy how cool that is. That's crazy how cool that was. What? Alright, I'm sold. Deal 8 damage plus 2 additional damage for each fatigue in your deck. This seems good with my my current game plan. Gain 6 block, gain 2 ember. When attacked this turn, return block, or return burn. Okay. Deal 5 damage, draw a card. Block is not removed each turn if you do not move. Oh, that's really cool. Gain a poise and a light-footed. Draw an additional card. Next initiative you play costs 1. That's the card that lets you move for free. And gain 7 block, draw a card. Okay. I will throw this out as well. I want to see what comes next. We get a boss relic. Gain 1 energy each turn. Cards can no longer be removed through meditate. Increase block gain from cards in your hand by 2. Fatigue costs 0. Okay. I'd just take the extra energy personally. Oh, and you get a slot. So there's like a bracer slot and a neck slot. Gotcha. 147 gold, and I assume that there's a 2nd level. There you go. I don't know how many levels there are. I'm hoping that there is a way for me to see that before I wrap up the video. Don't think there is. Doesn't look like there's a way for me to see that, but I don't know. That'll be something for you to discover for yourself. Alright, I played this for longer than I expected. I thought I was going to try to do like 20 to 30 minutes, but I really enjoyed that, and that was very satisfying. that fight, that boss fight, felt great. That felt very fun. Yeah, definitely check this game out. 100% highly recommend it. I had a lot of fun, and this is early access too, so there's only room to grow. Yeah, so that's it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave me a like, subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. Let me know if you're interested. I could maybe do a mini series on this as well. Play like a run or two. I might just do it anyway. But goodbye.